Good morning all, hope you're doing well. I did make this video just now, but I just realised that the OBS wasn't recording the screen. So this is actually my third attempt, so I won't go on too long because obviously I need to be looking at charts, but hopefully this recording goes well. I did think we were going to get a test of the horizontal, but you'll see what happened on the S&P sentiment and at the small time frame, and I'll show you that. But do note the SSI snapshots, they're short nearly everything, which is a bit crazy, but they're long dollar Swiss, dollar yen, and AJ. Okay, I'm not really sure why they are short, but selling everything. But that's the herd for you. Okay, very bizarre. And so S&P is that we'd sold it a few times, as you can see, and by selling it, it should be acting as a support. I mean, look at that. They've gone long ever so slightly, but if they continue to go long, we'll break the box. But it looks a bit sideways, doesn't it, currently? US 30, we created a punishment zone, so hopefully you understand how that works. It's just, the crossover, and then you mark a box. And interestingly, that wick came up almost to tease them, and of course we did fall, and it's almost like, saying, you can get out now, or, you can hold long. And of course they held long, and so price fell a bit. So big picture we were buy, but if they're going long, they're going to get punished, and if they continue to go long, it will continue to fall. DAX, very naughty, and I think they're probably going to sell it again, aren't they, by the looks of it? And by selling it, it should push price higher. Massive boron, and we have to wait to get the crossover. So currently we are getting a crossover, but it looks so sideways that it could be just sell it again. 21.26, 20.69. So we're less than 1% from a crossover. So there's no point drawing a box currently. We want to see a move like this where there's actually a sustained move, and that's why that box was formed. So you can't really draw a box currently. You probably want to wait for an hour or so. And if you get an afternoon off work, and or if you're working at home, they have maybe it could be worth buying the second monitor just to check how this works. You can see how these traps are formed, and the enormous trap right here, and they've held on since. So that could have been like your best trade ever, potentially, just using that crossover just there, how it become. So could be very profitable. It's all about the timing and the entry, but this is definitely an amazing indicator that everyone should be using. Gold, now we've got a box down here, as you can see. Hopefully you understand why they've sold it. So if we go below, it means that they get paid, and it should be worth bringing your attention to the fact that they're long on dollar and yen across the board. Okay, because of that, that's just going to be worth noting. And we can have a weak USD because they've gone long. They've gone long by 5%, so that might bolster gold. But we can look at the stop loss clusters in the Patreon video. So that's that. So that's like a support here, and pound yen. So there's your box that you can draw because of that crossover. And then once you see price develop, we had a test of that box, and then that was your entry. So there is the box, and you're looking for retests on that, and then it'll become. So that's how you can use it. You wouldn't perhaps enter straight away. You'd want to see price go back in, and then it's where your stop loss is essentially, and that's where your entry is. So that's the pound yen. We don't normally look at this, but you can see the big move. And also we had a better than expected inflation data, but we have to remember the UK inflation is still very poor because we're double digit, and it's quite rubbish, to be honest with you, but at least it's improving. So we go to EU quickly, and then we'll do UJ. I don't want to make it too long video, but there's your support because they'd sold it, and so that's that logic. Okay, so it'd be surprised if we go below 107.76 because of that. And because they're quite stubborn, they might hold on, mightn't they? And dollar yen, and so we can create a box here because we had a crossover ish there, and then they'd sold it, so that's therefore a box of support. So if we go below 128.14, that'd be a surprise because that's where they sold it. They are undergoing a lot of drawdown currently. It might come down just to tease them at their break even. That's a potential scenario. That would be really cruel. And we know the dollar can fall, but also the yen as well is quite weak because of the sentiment. So be careful, and hopefully this video recorded okay. And I'm going to do a Patreon video now. So just trade safely and you should be fine. Use smaller sizes than you would normally, and especially with the cross yen, or avoid it completely because obviously we haven't finished the week yet. We've still got a very volatile week. Thursday, Friday. We've still got some time left before the end of the week. So be careful. I'll speak to you guys soon.